Good morning from Sweden. So I hope you're all well. I am well. This is a little bit later today, so I had a bit of a sleep, and usually I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but today I actually stayed in bed until about 6:30. Went outside quickly, but it's very cold and the snow is rather deep. So it was difficult to find a spot where I could practice Qigong. So it's going to have to be indoor Qigong today. Have to find a spot in my small apartment. Anyway, enough about that. We are here now to ask the question, how does this hexagram want to move me today? So I've realized that my videos have become rather long, or are rather long, so I'm going to try to keep this shorter but get the same amount of information into it. Okay, so that would be my challenge today. To give, to share just as much but with fewer words. So on that note, let's start by doing some cleansing breath to balance, to come into this present moment and release all energies, and start with a clear mind, clear and peaceful mind. So we start by sitting, rooting into the earth with your feet firmly placed on the floor, your seat firmly connected to the surface below you, whether you sit on the floor or if you sit on a chair. As you breathe in, the spine rises towards the sky. It's like the spine rises into the skull. So with this breath in, so almost like the chin tips inwards, although it's not a big movement. This is more of a micro movement, right? And then you breathe in, filling your lungs, starting from the stomach, all breathe into the stomach. And then breathe out through a pinhole through your lips, feeling the resistance and the releasing all stagnant energies and old oxygen that's stuck at the bottom of your lungs as well. And then breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, and completely empty your lungs. And then breathe in through your nose. And then out through a pinhole through your lips. And then one last breath in through the nose, breath, fresh chi, fresh air. And out. This breath will help trigger your central nervous system to tap into, to go into the parasympathetic mode, which is the rest and digest. Okay. So the question of today is, as always, I've got my 8 coins here. One with a little spot on, which will tell us which hexagram we are creating today. How does this hexagram want to move me today? What are the energies today? What is the guidance to navigate the energies around us today? Okay, I'm just going to move this book to the side a little bit. That's actually Alfred Wang's translation or interpretation of the I Ching. Very good. So we start with heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind or wood, mountain, lake. So turning or starting with heaven. This is the direction we're showing the coin. So here's fire. Thunder is the first one. So we do thunder. And then flipping the coins over again. And then I'm going to use my other hand. How does this hexagram want to move me today? So we're talking about the hexagram that we are actually creating at the moment. So which hexagram is coming forward to guide us today? and then heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. And, so we got heaven. The spot here is very, very, very faint, so I need to fill it in, I think. So it shows me, it would be good to have like a really bright color there. So, and then we are going, I'm taking 2 coins away, put them back into my little coin bag. And then we are going to decide, see which line is changing. And so, okay, so the coins like this. Starting with the lower line. So checking the lines here. It was already turned up. There we go. So, and again, I have like a template here that I've created, and I've drawn one line too many on them. So I need to correct that. I keep on forgetting. So there we go. So we've got a thunder, which is at the lower gua, the lower part of the gua. So that's thunder. Has got 1 yang line and then 2 yin lines on top. So 1 solid and 2 straight. And then we've got heaven above, which is all yang. So they're all solid. So I'm going to write Gyan, Gyan and Zen. I think it's spelled like that. There should be a H there. Probably. So I've seen different spellings on this one, but I go with Alfred Wang's. Here we go. And so, and then we got the changing line, which is the 5th 9. So it's a 9, but it's called 9 because it's a young line. And then so put a, no, sorry, not across. Put a little circle there. So that is changing in to fire, because that is going to change into a yin line. So it's going to be a fire. So at the moment, it's we've got thunder, and then we've got under heaven. So the stirring, right, in our energy at the moment. Thunder is always a stirring, right? So let's have a look and see how the lines are, how they are placed. So yang at the yang place, yin at the yin place, yin at the yang place, yang at the yin place, yang at a yang place, and then yang at the yin place. So we've got 3 lines that are in the correct places, and we've got the central lines are in the correct places. So that's quite good. Generally, but not always. So, and corresponding yang with yang, no, yin with yang. So they actually correspond. So what I'm doing, it's like the bottom and the top part of the hexagram, and then yin and yang. So 2 top and middle are corresponding. So a little bit, we've got heaven, thunder over heaven, and what's the feeling we get from that? Well, it feels like there's something stirring. Also, with the bottom half of the hexagram to represent the earth, and then the top part is representing the heaven, and then also it's the external, and then the bottom half is the internal as well. So internal, we got thunder, so it's stirring, but above external in the universe, it's heavenly. So it's more stable, but a lot of young energy. Okay, so it's a creation mode here. Here we have a lot of more yin energy in the bottom part. So it's more of withdrawing, but still some sort of stirring. That's my initial interpretation. We'll see how correct I am. We're going to check which hexagram we actually got here. I'm going to open the book. Let's see if you can see it properly. Yep, there we go. So we go right at the back. First to check. So we got Qian at the top and then thunder underneath. So thunder, Qian, thunder, which is number 25. And then it's changing into fire and thunder, which is 21. And fire and thunder seems very, rather explosive. But that's not where we're at the moment. It's just where, that's in a sense where we're at. In the sequence of the diagram, we're at the 5th place. So we're quite high. We've gone through, we're not the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. We're coming to the end of the energy of this actual hexagram, changing into 21. So let's have a look at 25 first. We are just looking at the 21 deeper. So eradicating. Okay, eradicating. And then the changing line, which is the 5th 6, sorry. No, sorry, I'm 25, I'm on the wrong one. 21 is eradicating, that's what we're moving into. I'm going to move that in. So, there we go, and then 25 is where we're at. Sorry, I did it the wrong way. Around. Without falsehood. Oh, it's very interesting, actually. Okay, so this one, I don't know, I don't have a lot of experience with, because one of the hexagrams does not come up previously or very often, very long ago. So let's do that together. So we got Qian over heaven and then to thunder. So if we look at the image first, looks like a person, really. Underneath, that's a hanger. So something with clothes, a person who's clothed. Some lines going through there, I'm not sure. This could be a person as well. And then the 3 lines could be footsteps, I'm not sure. We'll read and see. Wu Wang literally means not untruthful. William translates Wu Wang as innocence. And Blofeld, these are other translators of the I Ching, okay? As integrity, the unexpected. In this book, I adopt the term without falsehood. In Chinese, Wu means not and Wang is untruthful, dishonest, or insincere. Thus, Wu Wang means truthful, honest, and sincere without any fabrication. It was considered to be a natural state of the individual. Yes, always be truthful. Share your truthful self. Do not hide behind illusions or behind like a shell that is not you. Like a lot of people, most of us actually, most people on the planet, we have some sort of disguise, how we present ourselves. It's not necessarily that we want to trick people, it's more for a protection. But then we have people who are really not truthful and actually intentionally tricking people and coming and being false and lying and trying to get things out of people. So there are 2 types really. So let's look at the sequence of the Gua. But it's the natural state of the human being is to be truthful. So I think all this, some people are born just not being able to be very truthful, but I think most of us who have this layer, most people have this layer of where we're not showing ourselves fully, is because of trauma from our childhood in different ways or throughout our life. where we've been taught to not being able to show who we truly are because we are insecure, right? And we don't believe we are good enough, so we have to show a version of us that we think is the best one. And also, it's the fear as well of if I end up upsetting somebody, or I might not fit into the group, right? And then in the olden days, in the ancient times, right, if you didn't fit into the group, you were outside and you wouldn't survive. You'd be outside in the forest on your own, you would die, right? So it's very important to fit into the group. So we have learned in many ways, training ourselves in our subconscious to set up these layers of who we present us, what we present us with, present us as. When the turning point returns, there will be no untruthfulness or sincerity taking place. Thus, after turning back, without falsehood follows. So we're going to have to read a lot in this one because I've not read it before. Wang is an abstract term, very difficult to express with ideographs. There are, however, 2 ideographs for the name of the gua. The first resembles a person bending his back carrying a heavy load. This is the one. I think that's the top one. So this is a person carrying a heavy load. So that's not footsteps. So there's a heavy load there. This image suggesting having no breath is used to express no. Oh no, too heavy. The upper part consists of 3 strokes representing a heavy load. The lower part is the ideograph of a person. Ren is a person now. The person is winded and eventually will run out of breath. The second ideograph consists of 2 parts. The upper part, Wang, provides the sound as well as the significance. Wang means to walk away. The ancient drew an ideograph of a person at the top. Underneath is a vertical stroke. Okay, so that's not a hanger. That's a person now. Sometimes that's a hanger. I don't know. I do not know any Chinese language, so so I'm learning with you here. So there's a person on top, apparently. Underneath is a vertical stroke connected to horizontal stroke. Poof, there we go. Symbolizing the act of walking away. Beneath the image is an ideograph of a woman. So this is a person as well. So as a person walking away, underneath is a woman. The ideograph of a woman is similar to the ideograph for person, except that there is a curved line in the middle representing the breast of a woman. Okay, there we go. These 2 images together express that a woman is walking away. A woman walking away was an ancient symbol of falseness. To be honest, sometimes I get a little bit sad with the I Ching because it's the feminine is being expressed as the evil. Of falsehood is a woman walking away, right? It does reflect. In a sense, the olden times, the way they were thinking, and the patriarchy and all this. So I'm going to try to keep this as neutral as possible, right? It is what it is, right? In the biography of Prince Shunchen, the famous historian, let's see, why is it peaceful in ancient time? Okay. Okay, so let's go to the structure of the gua. So the structure of the gua is heaven above, thunder below. The inner gua, which is here, is thunder, symbolizing motion. The outer gua is heaven, indicating strength. The solid line at the 5th place is firm, central, and correct, and corresponds to the yielding line at the 2nd place, which is also central and correct. These 2 conditions provides a very auspicious picture of strength with motion, a state totally free from untruthfulness, dishonesty, and insincerity. For this reason, this gua possessed the 4 supreme virtues, Wang, Heng, Li, and Zen, the virtues of heaven. The ancient sages consider thunder to be the sound of heaven. Okay. Let's go to the decision here. So, actually, what you see, so there's like movement here and then there's strength. But even like yang is strength and yin is more yielding, more withdrawing and flowing, like yin, like water really. It's more yin. Yang is more metal, stones. I see it, something is more hard and solid. There's not much movement, although there is a lot of action despite that, right? But the yielding lines are more movement, softer, but still action. So here, the thunder, there's lots going on here. So without falsehood, sublimely prosperous and smooth, favorable to be steadfast and upright. If one's intention is not truthful, there is trouble, unfavorable to have somewhere to go. So it's very important. And this keep on coming back, this message, I feel. Like, and you know what? Just generally, we need to be who we are, like in essence. We need to shed all these layers of trauma that we have, that presenting a false view of ourselves. And many times we can speak not with truth, although we don't want to fool people, but it's just to protect ourselves. So we need to stop to be fearful of the consequences and then speak our truth. But obviously not just go and just bursting out things to left, right and center in a hurtful way. Everything has to be balanced, because a person who goes and just, oh, this is my truth and I don't care who gets hurt by it and blood, and that's not a very nice way of being, right? That's a bad way of being. However, with kindness, with the intention and motivation of creating goodness and helping and being a kind presence in the world, yet very truthful, that is, then all will go well. But if one's intention is not truthful, if the intention is wrong, is off, then there will be trouble. And this is a person who goes, oh, I'm going to speak my truth and oh, I don't care who gets hurt. That kind of person, their intention is wrong, right? It's for their benefit. Oh, I need to express myself. I don't care who gets hurt in the process. The intention is wrong there, right? But a person who goes, okay, I need to speak up. I need to be truthful here because I can see that things are wrong. And without me being truthful, then this is not going to change. That's the intention is correct there, right? So commentary on the decision. Without falsehood, the firm comes from the outer and becomes the host of the inner. Movement with strength. Okay, so without falsehood, the firm comes from the outer, and becomes the host of the inner. So these are, we're talking about like the inner here. This is the inner, that's the outer, that's the top, that's the bottom, inner, bottom. And then the firm is central and the yielding is central in the inner. So that's what we're talking about, and becomes the host of the inner. So this almost like the firm becomes the host of the inner because they're interconnected. So it is even within here, there is like strength even here. There's lots of yielding lines here. Movement with strength. The firm is at the central place and has a correspondent. The great prosperity and smoothness through its correctness. This is the will of heaven. So this one is correct, right? Because the firm also got this one is corresponding as well. If one's intention is not truthful, so if one is insincere, one will fall into error. It is unfavorable for one to have somewhere to go. Okay. When truthfulness is gone, where can one go? When the will of heaven will not protect, how can anything be done? So if you are insincere, if a person is insincere, then you should take no action. Don't do anything, because every action that comes from insincerity will cause trouble and are not good. So it is not favorable to have somewhere to go. You just stay put if you can't be truthful. And you can look at people, like you can see like Donald Trump, for example, is just talking lies, right? And we've got the same leaders here in Sweden, so I'm not just pointing finger at this USA. We've got in Sweden, it's not good. Seriously, same type of people. And there's just lies and lies. It's just spreading lies. And of course, the actions become the ones like the problem we got with ICE, for example, in the States, where they are deporting people and hauling people out of their home or from their work or from, it's terrible. And a woman got shot yesterday, or a couple of days ago, a protester, without actually being a threat to ICE. And so that's clear sign of this. This is falsehood. This just lies, and then it's creating chaos and evil actions, right? So if you can't be sincere, then don't do anything. The only way to move forward is being truthful, and from truth and from kindness. If you are being truthful and moving forward with kindness, then there is favorable to someone to go. So then you can move forward, okay? So commentary on the symbol. Under heaven, thunder rolls, an image of all things accompanied by truthfulness. In correspondence with this, the ancient king enriches his virtue in harmony with the time and nurtures myriad beings. So this means yes, a good leader will work on his or her virtue first. Make sure I'm coming from a place of love and compassion and for the benefit of all beings. And then coming from there will actually nurture people beneath him, the people he or she is leading and who's dependent on him or her, right? So this is very important. If without virtue, if you're not working on your virtue, it's chaos and distraction. Adolf Hitler, Stalin, like all these people who just created destruction and bringing lots of people with them, but from a wrong intention, right? It's for their own benefit, for power, not for the benefit of people. So we need to work on our intention. We need to work on our own virtue, make sure that we are the person that can be an inspiration for others, and then take action from there. Okay, that's it. And then we're moving to the changing line, which is the fifth 9. An illness for no falsehood, no medicine, a joyful occasion. Medicine for no falsehood, one should not try. Okay, I think no falsehood, which is sincerity. No medicine for falsehood. Okay, so you don't need medicine for sincerity because it is not an illness, right? It's correct. It is absolutely correct. So then of course it's joyful because we're doing correct, because no falsehood is sincerity and kindness and love, right? So there is no medicine for that. And but if there is no medicine, then you shouldn't try. If you're not coming from a correct place, then you should not try. Just stay put in your corner. If you cannot be kind, don't do anything, right? This expression, if you cannot be kind, don't say anything at all. If you cannot be kind, don't do any action at all. Better stay put, okay? Fifth 9, without falsehood, alternates into eradicating. The fifth line is a yang element at the yang place. It is central and correct and at the supreme place of the upper gua, heaven. It corresponds to the yin element at the second place. It is one of the most auspicious lines in this gua. All these circumstances show that at this point is firm and strong, truthful and sincere. He's not able to be hypocritical, right? So there's no illness. There's no illness, right? As a healthy person is not able to be sick, right? So there's no medicine, because if you're not sick, there is no medicine. If a healthy person employs medicine, it is not truthful. So don't take any medicine, because then it's not truthful. An old Chinese adage, I don't know what that is, adage, says truthfulness need not deal with artificially, as a healthy person need not deal with medicine. Okay. Okay. Truthfulness need not deal with artificiality, as a healthy person need not deal with medicine. Yeah. So if you're truthful, you are not artificial. Okay. You are truth. Right? You are truth. Who you're expressing is truth. It's the truth of you. You're the essence of you, right? So then you can't be artificial, because you are you 100% fully. And a healthy person, yeah, you don't need medicine. Okay, so that's it. And again, this metal element again, so it's all about cutting. It's been for a few days, sorry, for a few days now, or 2 days, we had metal element. So we're going to look quickly at eradicating. This is quite interesting, because yesterday's hexagram was eliminating, and here's eradicating. So it's the same type of energies. So these are the energies that are going on in within us and without us as well, right? The world outside, everything that's going outside is a expression of what's going on inside us people. This is the reality that we are creating together, right? And everything is really rather chaotic within, thunder going on, right? So then it is also becomes chaos outside. Yeah, let's just read. Eradicating, prosperous and smooth, favorable to administer justice, so be just. There is something in the mouth. So it looks like here, there's lip, teeth, and there's something in between the teeth. So we need to bite and get rid of it. Similar to eliminating all things. So we're back to that, or we're not back, it's still here, right? So we need to eradicate dishonesty and all these layers, all these veils that we have put up to protect ourselves. And then it's very important that we're being sincere. We're speaking up for justice for everyone. It is a time, it's very turbulent at the moment, and there's some dark forces creating havoc currently. Like we have leaders that are not morally correct. They are spreading hatred and are just working for their own benefit. So it's very important to stay, work on yourself, so you can be this person who's being true, living the truth of you, the essence of you, and essence of every being is actually love, the true essence, love and kindness, but it's being all distorted currently. So we need to be strong and then work and speak up with truth to make sure that there will be justice for everyone. You know, we need to stop this chaos. Okay, thank you for today. This is the hexagram of the 10th of January. It was without falsehood. And then we're changing into, we're at the position of where we need to eradicate all dishonesty, really. Okay, thank you.